get a crack on here. Small with Picross S4 puzzle number 125. Not sure if this is one that doesn't allow assistance. Oh no, it does. Well, I don't use the assistance feature, but still, like, those puzzles tend to be a tiny bit on the easier side, I find, in general anyway, because yeah, obviously the game is kind of thinking that a player would be using assistance for them, so they tend to ease up a small bit on the difficulty. I just double checking there just to make sure that those will definitely fit in. I really must at a point stop and go back to the very start of these puzzles and just actually put in a guide on how to because I do think, like, some people view these kind of puzzles a bit like Sudoku and stuff, where to some people they are the best thing ever, and then for some people they just look at it and just go like, oh nope, just no interest. Which is a shame, because there's quite a lot of entertainment to be had with these. As long as you don't mind losing a couple of hairs every now and again. Huh. But anyone who actually plays Picross quite a bit will kind of jump into a new version of the game straight away without requiring, like, all of the little help and assistance that the new titles offer. But yeah, it is pretty handy that Nintendo, or Jupiter more so, have added in a number of little kind of quality of life things. I'm just trying to work this out, because it must be something I've overlooked. Oh. Yeah, because that comes out far enough now to X1 in the corner here. Doesn't help too much, but I should be able to go the other way a small bit as well. Just to come up to that 4. I can then see the fact that that's part of the 2. Just it doesn't help massively with filling in extra pieces. Gonna need an X over at this side really to work out more of what's down there. I'm just trying to work this out. This is 1, 2, 3, gap 1. Coming out this way. Could that be the tree still here? So the tree can't be here because it'd be too far over to the right hand side. But I'm wondering, is it possible that it's part of the tree gap 1? I have a feeling this has to be the 1 on its own. Yeah, because the 2 won't fit in here. So, because the tree can't start here. I mean, this can't be part of the tree. Or can it actually up to here? Except there is a gap 1. 1 gap, 1 gap, 1, 2. Yeah, so it still could technically be the other side of the tree, but it can't be on this side. So this side of it at least has to be a block. So it can either be the 1 on its own or else the end of the tree. Hopefully that gets things rolling a small bit. I really should create like work out how to do a time lapse for my guides for these. I can see here. Yeah, because the 2 would have to be at that side. And here's a gap. Oh. I do love a good hard puzzle, but at the same time I do not like a brain freeze or brain fart, which goes on for more than a minute or so, especially when I'm chucking these up and recording them live on Twitch. At least the one thing is Picross is incredibly unpopular on Twitch, so I could just use it to store the videos. 1 gap, 1 gap, 1 gap. Okay, so can't figure out what it's on the other side of this, but I can figure out that has to be a gap. In both of these places, I can know where to add one of the X's here, by the way, just because of the 2 that's sticking out here. You can't have the 1 and 2 here, can't be filled in because this will be a 3 line long, so that has to be an X. And then down here, it's like, if this is the 1, then that's a gap. And if this 1 is here and is part of the 2, then this has to be a gap as well. So either way, that's a gap. Oh, yeah, I'm about to get something for this 7. Even just the tiniest bit. In these later puzzles, you really have to chase down every single clue. Down at the end again, I managed to overlook an easy. It is just about as well, like keeping an eye on where information kind of, like say when you add in a X onto a puzzle grid, just the fact of knowing that like you are then gonna, yeah, that should point you towards the next bit of information. Like that X there means that this 7 can't be below that X, so I can fill in all those gaps. Finally get one here and finish off the bottom row. And not the next row up yet. Ah, that was the tree that's here. And another row gone. Can't tell which one of the single units this is yet, but I can tell that it is one of them. It's all about now just trying to get up as far as seeing if that's a block or a gap, because that'll make a big difference to that next row vertically. And once I can tell which one of the ones that is, I can tell that the 2 can only fit in here. So that is a 1. And there's a 2. Finish off that lineup. Oh, 1 out too far. It always just take a bit of patience to make sure that you're going in the right direction. Just because, yeah, the last thing you want to do is to take a bit of a guess at something if you're stumped for a while. And like, yeah, I guess, like if you bring it down to a 50-50 chance, obviously, yeah, that's what you have. You have a 50% chance of working it out. I would do air quotes, but I really want to finish this in under 15 minutes. But realistically, all you're doing is increasing the chances that you're gonna shoot yourself in the foot and introduce, yeah, just mistakes and stuff throughout the grid. Oh, it's a pair of oranges. Yes.